Yo. What up, all my industry titans, all the leaders, all the winners, all the big ballers, the shot callers, man. We are here. And today I'm just gonna we're gonna dive deep into what I like to call thought leadership. We're gonna forget the old school playbook. We're about to drop what I like to consider a master class on how to own your niche. How to build your reputation and become that go-to authority figure in your field. But you got to realize it does take work. You want to think of thought leadership as your personal brand's, old school mixtape. Yeah, we're going to break it down into 3 core sections. I'm going to cover some crucial topics, which are going to be relevance, credibility, and clarity. All right? As simple as that. So, like I said, the first thing is relevance. It's not about chasing trends. It's just about being able to tap into the pulse of your audience. So sometimes this does require getting into some data, but once you start to think about your audience and ask yourself, what actually keeps them up at night? What challenges are your audience facing? And what solutions are they craving? Those are the things you have to think about. Another question you want to ask is what's your biggest challenge right now? That's what I want you to do. Ask yourself right now, what's your biggest challenge, and drop your answers in the comments, right? So that way we can build this knowledge together. And remember, your content should be like a perfectly curated playlist. Every track's got to hit home, and it's got to leave your audience wanting more. Even when you don't think it's going to land, it's going to land. Or think about it like if you're dropping knowledge about the metaverse, but your audience is still figuring out a whole different platform. You're missing the mark. Stay in your lane, know your audience, and deliver the goods they actually need. Because what that does is leads to our next topic, which is credibility, right? Credibility is so important, and it takes time to build because credibility is not about really just flexing your follower account. It's actually about backing up your talk with the walk. So data, research, real-world experience, that's going to be the holy grail of building trust. So think of yourself as like a master chef in the kitchen of your industry, right? You got to have the skills, the ingredients. You got to have that ism, the secret sauce to create a dish that just blows people's minds away. That's the credibility I'm talking about. And next is clarity. I talk about this all the time. You might have the best ideas, the dopest ideas, but if you can't communicate them clearly, people are going to get lost in the noise, and noise is such a distractor. That's the toughest thing is when noise pollutes the message. You don't want that to happen, right? So you have to be able to ask yourself, am I getting through noise? Or just figure out, what's blocking my message right now? And one thing I always like to lean into is thinking of your message as like a big hit top 100 song. It needs to be catchy, right? The top hits, they're catchy. It keeps your audience. It's engaging, and it's simple. Nobody wants to listen to a song that's all over the place and hard to keep up with. So think of the KISS method. Keep it simple. Yeah, there you have it. Again, keeping it simple. I'm gonna stop right there. The blueprint. Because you have to remember it's a marathon, not a sprint. So keep grinding, keep creating, and keep those knowledge bombs dropping. Now, I do got some homework for you, though, even though I'm keeping it simple. What I want you to do is identify your audience's burning questions. Share your unique experiences and insights, and then I also want you to create some form of work this week that showcases your expertise. And drop your homework responses in the comments below so we can all support each other. Man, this is about a community. I'm trying to build a community. I'm working on building a community. I am building a community, right? So hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to keep, dropping this game-changing content. Now, thanks for watching, y'all, and I'm going to see you in the next one.